What exactly is Farley trying to accomplish here?
Yeah, so sources tell us there's a lot of options on the table. The end goal ultimately is to have the EV business stand on its own 2 feet, separate from the legacy combustion engine business. And sources say that the spin-off or IPO of the EV unit is an option. The spin-off or IPO of the legacy gas business is an option, or a restructuring internally where they essentially act as 2 different companies independently. Sources also told us at the end of last year, Ford spoke to financial advisors about how it could raise money privately just for the EV business. So there's a lot going on here. Nothing is finalized. As you know, Emily, Ford issued a statement saying none of this is happening, but that's what sources tell us.
I interviewed Farley just a couple of weeks ago here in Sonoma. They were making some product announcements, and he used this analogy about how different producing a traditional gas-powered car is from manufacturing an electric car. Take a listen to what he had to say.
It's kind of like snowboarding and skiing. We both share the lift, but as soon as you get off the lift, the intuitions are wrong between both businesses. You know, you kind of have to relearn how to get down the slope.
I wonder if there was a clue in there about what he is trying to do now.
Yeah, and again, shortly after that interview, which was fantastic, by the way, on the earnings call, he said he wouldn't comment on media speculation on the idea of a spin-off, but he said that they are looking to run the EV business in a very different way to how they run the legacy gas business. This is part of the story that we reported, right? Sources telling us what the options are. The sticking point is the Ford family. Remember, Ford family has 3 board seats. They get a lot of their income from dividends payments. And part of the frustration or complication, sources tell us, is convincing them. But ultimately, this is about a future where Ford makes electric cars. Right now, it has to balance that with all of its profit coming from gas guzzlers, right? The F-150. And there are a lot of questions around, well, hold on, how do you separate the businesses? How do they work in isolation? How do you take the profit from one and give it to the other? But it's something that Wall Street has asked for some time. This idea isn't new, and quite clearly, Farley is thinking about his options.
How soon could this happen, Ed?
Yeah, it's really hard to say. Again, to be very clear, Ford issued a statement saying they have no current plans for a spin-off of either. But sources tell us this is being worked on every day by people internally. Management are talking about it. They've already spoken to advisors. So let's wait and see. But this is a priority for Farley right now, I'm told.